Christmas drinks trolley. First of all, what have you selected for us, Sister Susie?
Well, I'm starting the week quite controversially, and I'm going to go for an eggnog.
Ugh. All right, you can keep that one.
Very much.
Okay.
Super tasty.
Eggnog, thanks very much. Today's confession and receiver of another smart speaker is Ruth, or Ruthy. Simon and the Great Forgivers. My story goes way back to the 1970s when I was in high school and living in South Africa. So,
okay,
accents, here we come.
Here it comes, everyone. Looking forward to this.
My family consisted of myself and my sister, both of us at school, a baby sister, a very creative, eccentric mother, and a father who was the life of the party and loved a good practical joke. He was also a redhead and an only child, and a quintessential example of both a red-headed temper and a spoilt brat only child. He owned a plastic manufacturing business and loved being on the factory floor. He would get home covered in the trappings of the job, and his evening bath was his sanctuary, and how he loved it. Once he climbed the stairs to head into the bathroom for his evening routine, we'd not see him for hours. Inevitably, he would fall asleep in the tub, and Mum did not like this one bit. The magnitude of her annoyance would be directly relative to how ruined the dinner would be, whilst we waited for Dad to alight from the bath so we could all eat together. The evening ritual was repetitive. No sooner had Dad climbed the stairs to go to the bath, we would hear the snores emanating from the upper rooms. The particular evening around which my story is based is, of course, at Christmas time. Mistletoe and wine.
Christmas time.
Singing Christian rhymes.
Yeah.
Dad had got home from work, poured himself a whiskey, and we chatted in the kitchen, as we customarily did. Then he headed up the stairs to have his bath. As the sound of snoring drifted down the stairs, I remember seeing Mum looking significantly more aggravated than usual. And then a wicked grin crept upon my 15-year-old face. Mum's creativity included sweet making. She was quite a master. She made sweets like humbugs and taffy and Christmas candy canes from molten boiled sugar, coloured and poured into greased marble slabs. She had a sweet-making cupboard with bags of sugar and trays of little bottles of food colouring in every colour available. Being Christmas, there was an abundance of red and green. I pulled a tray of green food colouring out of the cupboard and headed up the stairs. Mum caught on quick and followed, wearing a matching wicked grin. We quickly and quietly poured, 24 bottles, maybe 3 dozen bottles of green colouring into Dad's soapy bath.
Okay.
He was lying in a full deep bath
of soaps and
soapy
soaps and suds everywhere, everyone.
Completely submerged, save for the tips of his bent fingers, which were clasped on his chest, his knuckles peeping out of the green water, and his chin down dipped into the water. We tiptoed out of the bathroom, back down to the kitchen where Mum, completely delighted, did not even flinch when the snores continued to rumble. It was a good half hour later that the fun began.
Oh, Struth! What? No, come on, no. You can't have Struth.
I mean, Edith, what the? Come on!
Yeah, come on, indeed. Yeah.
This went on for quite a while before he appeared at the kitchen door. He was wearing shorty pyjamas. This is South Africa, remember? It's summer at Christmas time. He was green as a little Irish leprechaun from neck to toe, save for his face, which had a green chin, and the tips of his knuckles. And he was fuming. For a man who usually sported a fantastic sense of humour and loved a good joke, he was not holding up well. The velocity of his ranting and swearing was directly relative to our amusement and giggles. I got no blame at all because I was a favourite child. At this stage, we had one very green, very grumpy redhead man, one victorious wife, and 2 teenage girls who were dead keen to get some mileage out of this.
Oh, yeah.
Dad wore a safari suit to work. Now, South Africa is hot, what can I say? He never wore long trousers, ever, unless he was going to a funeral. But for the next 4 days, the poor man was sporting long trousers and a long-sleeve shirt to cover up his greenness in the middle of December in South Africa, where temperatures were averaging high 30s. There was nothing he could do about his little green chin or the little green hands poking out of his sleeves. Also nothing he could do about the three of us singing, "It's good to touch the green, green grass of home, Dad.
Good.
God didn't make the little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime." He was the greenest person that Christmas I've ever seen. Mum and Dad have both since passed away many years ago, so this is a posthumous confession to ask forgiveness, not from my father, who deserved every bit of ragging that he got, but from my mother, father who stoically shouldered the blame and never ratted on me once. I kept my spot as Daddy's favourite daughter. So to you, Simon, Matt, Nigel and Susie, please look kindly on my request and do have yourselves a very Merry Christmas and some very lovely holidays as well. Let me see where we're going to go. Let's go to Sister Susie first of all. I mean, it was festive in as much as it happened at Christmas time and the shorts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, happened at Christmas time. Also, he was green, so, you know, he looked like the Grinch as well.
Oh,
the Grinch
yes,
that stole
of course.
Christmas. So, Ruthy, I can't imagine how long that must have taken to scrub off. And it was very, very funny. So I think I'm going to forgive you. It's Christmas after all.
3 dozen bottles of green colouring, and I suspect like a couple would have been fine.
Yes.
36 bottles.
Just a few drops.
Rather from another country.
Well, yes, and I'm sure, I mean, food colouring, it comes off, doesn't it? That's what food colouring does. It dissolves pretty easily. So I don't think there would have been any long-term. Yeah, probably.
You don't know.
No. But long-term damage, I'm not sure there would have been any. I feel that we were denied a longer South African accent in that confession
you
somehow.
were.
I mean, literally, all we got was 2 words, and that was it. I think we should have got a little bit more of the green dye.
Okay, well, it basically says most of it is unbroadcastable.
Oh, right. Swear
It goes,
words.
oh, man, Edith, what the blazes,
Okay.
and so on.
Right. Didn't quite get the Johannesburg inflection in that one, did we?
Sorry about
But I'm going to forgive, and that is just because the world is clearly split into those people who have baths and those who have showers. And as I've said before, I've never trusted anyone who has a bath and sits in their own filth. So for that reason, I'm going to forgive.
Filth. 6
Yes.
6